This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. I hope you can see the screen now. You can see the slides.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu. Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to the Nectar of Instruction course, which is a verse by verse study program that we have started. Now we are kind of coming to the conclusion of the course. We have completed all our classes, and now we are giving an opportunity to all the devotees, participants, to revise classes in small sections. So recently we have issued a quiz on text number 3, 4, and 5, and this is a class in which we will discuss the quiz. Already I have received, I think, over 11 responses from various devotees, and in this quiz we will see what responses devotees have written. In case there is more understanding to be gained, this is an opportunity in the quiz where we can discuss, ask questions, and do a little more debate. So this is our 21st class on this. We will plan one more quiz which will be based on text number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And that's how we will conclude the Nectar of Instruction course completely. Okay, I will do the Mangalacharan prayers. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay. So we will start the quiz, and I would request devotees to kindly volunteer to answer the questions. So the first question was, or rather I would say the second question in the quiz was about understanding of bhakti. The first question in the quiz was about asking your name and place, which is no need to discuss here. So the second question was about on the concept of bhakti. The question was, bhakti is not sentimental speculation, imaginative ecstasy, idle meditation, and the fourth is all of the above. So what do you think is your response on this question? Please, can you volunteer and let me know who is going to answer?
All of the above, Prabhu.
All of the above.
Okay, so Jivan Prabhu have mentioned all of the above. So would you like to explain that, Jivan Prabhu?
Actually, Prabhu, the sentimental speculation or imaginary ecstasy, it means it's only a popular understanding of bhakti. Bhakti is a matter of heart or emotion or feeling at some lower level. It's a heart. Actually, it's a sort of feeling at the level of a heart or emotional feeling. That is a popular understanding, but actually, bhakti is a matter of establishing a relationship with Krishna based on commitment. So that is the thing, and it is nicely explained by Rupa Goswami, by Prabhupada in his purport quoting the example of Rupa Goswami say, Anya Bilha Shidar Shunyam. This is
Yes.
something I want to give here. That is the matter of commitment of this thing. It is not a question of just a heart feeling or a light feeling from the heart. That's a popular
Yes.
understanding. Suppose somebody has
That's
got
the popular understanding. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But it
But
is more
actually it's a
about.
matter of commitment of service or action.
Yes. 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 So there is another question on that. So I think that's a very nice response. So correct answer is all the above. Now we go to the next question. And here we will discuss about the positive understanding of bhakti. Bhakti is. So previous question was bhakti is not. This is bhakti is. Reviving our forgotten loving relationship with God. So making some commitment for God. C, doing some sacrifice for God. And D, all of the above. So maybe would you like to raise your hands who would like to answer this?
So all of
Any
the above,
volunteers?
Prabhu.
Okay,
All of
Manish
the
ji is
above.
saying all of the above. So very nice. So would you like to further explain that on that, Manish ji?
Yes, yes. So I think we should understand that we are part and parcel of Lord, correct? We are the servants of the Lord, and it should be our prime motto to serve the Lord. And that is why the bhakti comes into place. So it's everything which we are getting is from the Lord. And in this life, we should always see that we do all these commitments, sacrifices to serve the Lord. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So not simply sitting on the chair thinking about something, fantasizing about bhakti or fantasizing about the Lord, all that. But we need to make some positive commitment, isn't it? So example of positive commitment, can you give, Prabhuji? Any examples?
So example of positive commitment is like we should get up early in the morning, we should do the Mangala Arati, and we should chant the holy names of the Lord. Yeah? We should participate in all moments of Krishna consciousness. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. Okay. Good examples. Very good examples. Yeah. So all of the above is the answer. Let us move to the fourth question. It is about utsaha. So utsaha means enthusiasm. It's based on text number 3. Choose all the correct sentences about utsaha, enthusiasm. More than one option may be correct. So it is truly a multiple choice question where you get 4 options, but more than one option may be correct. Utsaha is needed in all walks of life. It is needed in bhakti also. Utsaha means endeavoring with intelligence and creativity. Our utsaha in bhakti can be tested by how committed we are for carrying out the rules and regulations. Utsaha means engaging Krishna's energy in Krishna's service, which is Yukta Vairagya. So, what do you think is the right answer or answers? Okay, somebody is mentioning something. Jivan Prabhu is saying something here.
All answers are okay, according to me.
All answers are correct. Okay, very nice. So, is everyone agreeable to Jivan Prabhu or have they recorded different answers?
No, I answered A, B, and D, Prabhu, but I think C should be also the right answer. So all answers should be correct.
Okay. Our utsaha in bhakti can be tested by how committed we are for carrying out the rules and regulations. Okay, so what is the option C is about? Okay, Jivan Prabhu, would you like to explain what is option C about?
Our utsaha in bhakti can be tested by how committed we are in carrying out the rules and regulations. That is that see, we have to do make the commitment of these 4 regulative principles and also the devotional service, doing the chanting and all that, prescribed number of rounds and all that. So I thought that's also connected with bhakti. So I thought I'll put that there also take more care. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Rules and regulations is various types of thing. How many rounds you do the chanting and also the following the regulative principles. The 4 regulative principles are there. All these things,
Yeah.
we should be definitely doing.
Yeah.
So that, according to, I thought I use that also a ticket. That's why I
Yeah.
thought only 4 answers are correct.
Yes, yes. So carrying out bhakti is actually not a dull affair. It is not a affair which is we carry out. No, we simply need to follow the rules and regulations. Just ticking the box. Checklist hai ek, and this just, oh, did we do the rounds? Yes, we did the round. Did we follow the other 4 regulative principles? Yet we followed the 4 regulative principles. So have we committed the bhakti? Yes, we have done the bhakti. Yes. See, following the rules and regulation is certainly a requirement or a commitment that we want to make, but that has to be done with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means which with a lot of taste, with a lot of eagerness, curiosity, and all that. So that is what actually option C means. So if somebody is doing rounds, chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with dullness, so that person or that devotee has certain level of utsaha. But there is another devotee who is doing his rounds with, or her rounds with, lot of enthusiasm, lot of energy, lot of curiosity, and a lot of love and emotion involved in doing that chanting. So both the devotees or both the people are doing their rounds, both are following rules and regulation, but one devotee is really utsahi, really enthusiastic, and another one is not so utsahi. So that is the understanding of utsaha. And when we are utsahi, when we are enthusiastic, we utilize our intelligence, how we can do. We utilize our creativity, how to carry out the our devotional activities. And the first one is actually a general statement about enthusiasm, that utsaha is needed in all walks of life. Certainly in bhakti also we need utsaha. So without utsaha we cannot do anything. And the fourth one is utsaha means engaging Krishna's energy in Krishna's service, and in bracket it is written as yukta vairagya. So anyone in from the team or from the group can explain, would like to explain what is yukta vairagya and what does it mean, engaging Krishna's energy in Krishna's service? What does it mean? Pradeep Prabhu, have you attempted this question? Would you like to explain option D?
I don't know the exact meaning of Yakta Vairagya right at this moment, but you have to have all the utsaha and enthusiasm when you are doing Krishna's service. Like you go to the temple and whatever temple needs to do Krishna's service, like cutting the fruits or vegetable or make things for other people. And that is what the Yukta Vairagya is.
Okay, let me explain you about Yukta Vairagya. See, Vairagya means renunciation. Renunciation means I will not accept material comforts, material facilities, material resources. So that is Vairagya. But Yukta Vairagya means Yukta means we actually Yukta means connecting. So the devotee has this understanding that everything belongs to Krishna. Now when everything belongs to Krishna, then we can utilize these things in the service of Krishna also. So the devotee, what does he think is, devotee will live in a house, but he will live in a house with an understanding that actually this house belongs to Krishna. I am simply here living as a tenant here, as a rented accommodation, simply a tenant. So the devotee accepts material resources, but accepts it with the understanding that it belongs to Krishna. So that is Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means Vairagya is there. Vairagya is there because understanding is there that this thing does not belong to me. But Yukta thing is there because the understanding is that it belongs to Krishna. So devotees are different from Vairagis. Vairagis means renunciates. Renunciants say that I am Vairagi. I will not accept a house, I will not accept any material comfort, material facility, and that. So he's purely Vairagi, he's not Yukta Vairagi. But devotee is a Yukta Vairagi. Yukta Vairagi means that he understands that this does not belong to me. That is how it is Vairagi. But he understands that it is belonging to Krishna, and hence it should be used for Krishna service. That is Yukta Vairagi. So Utsaha means engaging in Krishna, engaging Krishna's energy. Krishna's energy means all the material resources that are there in Krishna's service. So that is how Utsaha means. So the Utsaha would mean that a devotee would be eager to utilize anything and everything, or whatever is actually allowed or good for advancement in bhakti. A devotee would like to utilize those things in Krishna's service. So he would utilize his car by going to the temple. He would utilize his house for arranging a program for glorification of the Lord, like that. So that is Yukta Vairagya. Does that make the concept clear, Pradeep ji?
Yes.
Okay. So now you know Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya concept wise better, and how Utsaha means in terms of in relation with Yukta Vairagya. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. So the correct answers are actually A, B, C, and D. All of them are correct. Okay.
So
Let us
Prabhu,
move.
why you did not put E also in this, all of the above? So that is what we felt it is some trick, or that is what got confused in this.
Yeah, we could have done. I could have done it like that also. I could. That could be another way to ask the question also. But
Okay,
I just
okay.
wanted to keep 4 options, and see, when you are asking multiple correct answers in a multiple choice question, the answer becomes answering that question becomes very difficult. You really
Yeah.
have to understand everything properly in order to be confident that okay, this is correct, this is not correct, and that is the
Yeah.
that is the reason I actually designed it like this.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, ji. Let us move to the next one. Nishchay. So Nishchay means confidence. Nishchay or confidence means confidence and faith in the statements of scripture and guru, whose words are fully in line with the scriptures. That bhakti alone is the ultimate objective of the jiva. That activities other than bhakti, such as jnana, karma, or yoga, do not yield enduring benefit. All of the above. Okay, so who would like to answer? So can we ask Rakesh ji now? Rakesh Prabhu, would you like to make an attempt?
Prabhu, all of the above.
All of the above. Okay. So would you like to explain why did you select this to the group? आप हिंदी में बोलना चाहें तो हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं.
सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी है वैसे तो ये सब चीजें.
हाँ, but just for revision purpose, if you can touch upon all the 3 points for everyone.
प्रभु जी, स्क्रिप्चर्स और गुरु में तो फेथ बहुत जरूरी है.
ओके.
जरूरी है क्योंकि वो ही भगवान की वाणी को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं.
तो ये कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए ना उसमें, भक्त का उसके अंदर एक आत्मविश्वास होना चाहिए कि मैं जो पढ़ रहा हूँ, जो पुस्तक में पढ़ रहा हूँ, जो मेरे आध्यात्मिक गुरु जो मुझे बता रहे हैं, वो उस पर मैं अपना जीवन जो है लगा सकता हूँ, है ना. मैं किसी छोटी मोटी पुस्तक को नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ, किसी अरे गहरे व्यक्ति की बात नहीं सुन रहा हूँ. ये बहुत जरूरी लोग हैं और इसलिए मैं वो कॉन्फिडेंस लगा सकता हूँ. बिल्कुल ठीक प्रभु जी, आगे चलिए.
और भक्ति ही जीवन का एकमात्र उद्देश्य होना चाहिए, ना कि अन्य चीजें के. हाँ. और कर्म कांड या ये चीजें नहीं होनी चाहिए. भक्ति ही उद्देश्य होना चाहिए जीवन का.
हाँ जी. और जैसे ज्ञान, कर्म और योग, तो इनमें आध्यात्मिक प्रगति आदमी करता अवश्य है. There is a spiritual progress that is involved in these paths also, but at some point of time they actually either they will take a lot of time, they will not be fast enough, or they will be very difficult to they will be very difficult to execute. उनको
Yes,
करना जो है, for example, ज्ञान और योग का जो पथ है, the path of jnana and yoga is very, very difficult and austere to execute for a normal human being. For a
और
normal means
अल्टीमेटली जाना उसमें भी भक्ति मार्ग पर ही पड़ता है, तीनों
yeah,
के बाद भी।
ultimately जाना भक्ति पर ही पड़ता है. Very nice. आपने बहुत contemplate करके और ध्यान से आंसर किया है, तो thank you very much. So the correct answer is all of the above. Okay ji. Then we'll go to the next one. 6th question. Dhairya. Choose all the correct sentences about dhairya or patience in bhakti. Text number 3. Hear the instructions from the spiritual master patiently. Execute the instructions of spiritual master patiently. Patiently depend on the mercy of the Lord for the results even in the midst of obstacles. A newly married girl cannot expect offspring immediately after marriage. She has to patiently wait for 9 months. Okay. Correct answer. Who would like to volunteer here? Anyone?
Can I do, Prabhu?
Yes, Maniji. Yes, Prabhu.
I think it is also all the 4 options are correct.
All the 4 options are correct. Okay. So may I request you now to just go through point by point and give one line explanation so that everyone revises this point about dhairya.
Yeah. So dhairya means patience. So we have to keep patience and we have to hear from the spiritual bona fide master, whatever he teaches us. So we have to keep faith, confidence, and keep patience to execute all the things. Also, as you know, that we have to keep patience that suddenly the Lord will not give us whatever he wants, but definitely we have to wait for it. So we have to go in the process of bhakti and patiently wait for whatever the best result, which Lord
So
will give us.
Yeah, so the patience can also mean that not everything the spiritual master will teach we will understand immediately. So we need to have a little patience, some time, some question answer, some queries, some discussion. So patiently we need to try to understand the discussion. Okay, so point A is very clear. B
is also whatever is been taught by our spiritual master. We have to follow all the instructions and then rise slowly in the spiritual or in the devotional service. So execute all the instructions for spiritual master patiently.
Patiently, yes. So we when we are doing bhakti, we are thinking that okay, we will get the result, we will feel very happy, we will feel very peaceful, like that, and then we may lose our patience. So we are chanting for so many years, so many months. Why is not I'm not still feeling peaceful, I'm not feeling nice, like that. So execute it patiently. Whatever, we have confidence that whatever he is teaching us is good. So let us patiently execute it. So very nice, Prabhuji. Yes. Next point.
Next is again patiently depend on the mercy of the Lord for the results, even in the midst of obstacles.
Yeah. So some obstacles come, then we become disheartened. So I am doing bhakti. I am doing bhakti. Why Lord is giving me obstacles? Why my promotion did not happen? Why my son did not got the first rank in the examination?
Why
my
bad
daughter
things? Bad things come to me only.
Why bad things are coming to me? I am doing so much bhakti. So patiently we need to depend on the mercy of the Lord, right? Yes. Next point.
And the fourth one is like it is a good example given by Prabhupada that a newly married girl cannot expect offspring immediately. When a man-human mate, then definitely it requires 9 months to get a baby. So
correct. Yes.
We don't get anything very immediately, and we need to keep patience in that.
Yes, Prabhu. So this is a nice analogy Prabhupada ji has given to understand the concept of patience. So correct answers A, B, C, and D. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you, ji.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Number 4, there is no bhakti, so I did not sign that mark,
Yeah. So actually our question was choose all the correct sentences about dhairya or patience in bhakti. So this is text 3 class slides. Actually, this is an analogy that Prabhupada ji has given in the purport to explain the concept of patience. So I agree with you. It is not actually all about directly related with bhakti. That is an analogy given in the purport. So that's why I kept it here.
Thank
See,
you.
my idea is with these quizzes to do a good detailed revision in one session, so that many concepts are clarified in a short duration, and also many of those doubts become are gone away, and our understanding of the concept becomes even more deeper. So
But
please
that
bear
is
with
why I
me.
did not sign that mark,
Yeah,
the last one.
yeah. So please bear with me if the question was not designed very accurately and there was some gap or loophole in the question. So kindly
Thank you.
excuse me for that. Yeah. Okay, ji. Seventh is explain in your own words 3 possible ways one can neglect the execution of rules and regulation. So tat karma pravartanat in bhakti. So tat karma pravartanat means execution of rules and regulation. Ah. So answer, okay, sorry, it was a general question. So who would like to make an attempt for answering this? So maybe request Jaymala Nagesh Mataji to kindly try to answer this. Mataji, did you manage to listen to the recording, or uh, did you manage to answer this question, or should we ask someone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah.
Yes, I did listen to the recording. I will just attempt it. I don't
Yes,
know
yes.
how much I will be successful.
Yeah. Don't worry.
There's
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are 3 possible ways in which one can neglect the execution of the rules and regulations. The first
Uh-huh.
one is diluting
Uh-huh.
the instructions which are given. One
Uh-huh.
can just dilute it, and
Mm-hmm.
for example, we can the uh, uh, prescribed rounds which
Hmm.
we have been given. So we
Mm-hmm.
might think that no, this is not. Uh,
The correct
we
number.
can, yeah. Why we need to do 16, 16 rounds of japa?
Hmm.
That is not, yeah. I really don't have time for all those things. I
Hmm.
can just do one round, but I will do it very sincerely with dedication. That is
Hmm.
more.
Hmm.
That is like diluting the instructions
Instructions. Correct.
which
Correct.
are given.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Very
The
nice.
Yes, the second one is contamination. That is
Hmm.
adding. That
Hmm.
is like other than what is prescribed, we are adding something on our own. That is like
Mm-hmm.
chanting some other mantra along with
Mm-hmm.
the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody else has told that this mantra is also very useful. Why don't you try it? So then
Mm-hmm.
we just on our own we try to we chant some other mantra also. That is like
Correct. Correct.
contamination. Yes. And the
Contamination.
third one
Yes.
is, yes, the third one is perversion. That is
Hmm.
distorting.
Hmm.
We are changing the instruction,
Mm-hmm.
what has been told. We are changing
Mm-hmm.
the instruction. We are distorting it. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the 3 ways in which it is we neglect whatever the
Yes.
rules and regulations have been told. We
Hmm.
neglect. So these are the 3 ways.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you very much. So you can see on
Thank
the
you.
screen, you actually answered it very nicely, on the dot. Very nicely answered. And I will also appreciate that you took the time and pains to listen to the recording, because you were not part of the group when we delivered these classes. So appreciate your effort and endeavor. So that really shows your utsaha and nischay and
Thank
confidence.
you, Prabhu. Thank you for your kind words. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So okay.
Prabhuji, one
Yes.
small
Yes.
thing.
Yes, Prabhu.
So in the test book, it is also mentioned that one must strictly follow the regulative principles of Vaidhi Bhakti. So what is this Vaidhi Bhakti? In this context only there is a term there.
Yeah. So Vaidhi, actually it is not
Vaidhi.
Vaidhi, it is
Vaidhi.
Vaidhi.
Yeah.
Vaidhi. So the word Vaidhi comes from Hindi word or Sanskrit word Vidhi. Vidhi means, Vidhi Purvak means following the rules and regulations as has
Yeah.
been explained. Vidhi
Okay,
Purvak
okay.
or Abhyas.
Okay.
Like for example, there are two type of bhaktis. Like you, if you recall our classes on Nectar of Instruction, for text number 9, 10 and 11, there we have been discussing about two types of bhakti. One is bhakti, which is spontaneous bhakti,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is rag bhakti.
Yeah.
And the
Raga
second bhakti is Vaidhi Bhakti.
Okay, okay, okay.
So there is a difference between spontaneous bhakti and bhakti by practice.
Okay.
Spontaneous bhakti means that we are at least at the level of asakti, or I would say we are at the level of bhav, or a very exalted stage. Bhav means we are spontaneously getting emotions for the Lord. We are spontaneously getting emotions for the Lord, loving
Okay,
emotions from within
okay.
our heart. So that is rag bhakti. Rag bhakti means spontaneous attraction towards the Lord.
Mhm.
You don't have to. Now we don't have rag bhakti. Now we are following bhakti by practice. We will have to get up early in the morning. We will have to do so many rounds. While doing our rounds also, we don't feel like doing rounds many times. We feel, why are we doing these rounds? Our mind is taking us to different places and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and somebody gives us some service, we say that no, we cannot do that service, so executing bhakti becomes a sometimes we feel like a burden.
Mhm.
So that is these kind of devotees, people who don't have spontaneous attraction, the Lord says they need to follow the rules and regulation, and that is how they need to carry out bhakti. Slowly
Okay.
and gradually, by following rules and regulation, we will reach to the level of rag. That
Mhm.
spontaneous attraction will awaken within our heart.
Okay. Okay.
So that is the process.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Good question. Sanga Tyagat, giving up bad association. Which one of the following sentences is correct about avoiding bad association? Sanga Tyagat. More than one option may be correct. So this is multiple choice question, a real multiple choice. Sanga Tyagat means avoiding association of those who are materialists, atheists, or opposite sex, etc. We should look down upon such category of people as mentioned in option A and strictly stay away from them. We can have relationship with such category of people as mentioned in option A, but be careful to not get influenced by their mindset. Best way to avoid bad association is to maximize our association with like-minded devotees. So this is question number 8, which had some technical flaw when I originally issued the quiz. I made it only one option as a correct option, but actually there were more than one option they were correct. So anyone would like to mention the response for this? This is a little tricky question. So there is a little trick here in the question. Let me see who would like to volunteer. Rakesh ji, okay, you are raising your hand. I will give you an opportunity. Yes, Prabhuji, please. Rakesh Prabhu, you are muted.
A, C, D.
A, C, and D. Okay.
D, Prabhuji.
Okay. So can you now explain why did you select B as not the correct option?
Prabhuji, we must hate the sin and not the sinner.
We must hate the sin, not the sinners. Okay, what does it mean in this context? आप अगर हिंदी में बोलना चाहें तो बोल सकते हैं, no problem.
Suppose a person is infected with some disease. We must feel that we are fortunate that we are inclined in Krishna Bhakti. But somehow other people did not develop the taste of Bhakti.
So we should not look down upon them. अरे ये तो बहुत ही छोटा आदमी है, तो भक्ति नहीं करता है. जैसे कुछ धर्मों के लोग बोलते हैं कि भाई हमारा ही धर्म ठीक है, बाकी सब लोग जो है वो एक तरीके से सही लोग नहीं हैं और वास्तव में ये लोगों को जिंदा भी रहने का कोई हक नहीं है। ऐसे भी कॉन्सेप्चुअल कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं धर्मों को लेकर हमारे समाज में। तो पर यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर हम लोग क्या सीख रहे हैं? यहाँ पर हम लोग सीख रहे हैं, what are we learning here? We are learning that if somebody is not inclined towards doing bhakti or the processes that we are doing, we should not look down upon these kind of people, right?
Yes.
So that is why option B is incorrect. And option C is actually correct. We can have relationship with such category of people, but be careful to not get influenced by their mindset. So this is about association. So first of all, the first point is whom should we not associate, or we should be careful in associating. And these are materialists. Materialists are those people who are only about money, power, fame, etc. Atheists are those people who said God does not exist. There is no God. Opposite sex is mainly if you are a male, then associating with a female other than your wife, or if you are a female, then associating with a man or male other than your husband. Intimate association I'm actually mentioning here. So these kind of association one should avoid. And option C is actually telling about that we can associate with these category of people, but we should not get influenced by their mindset. So it is something very similar, like if somebody is infected, so we associate with that infected person with caution. Like when in Corona period, we had this mask, we had this disinfectant, we kept social distancing and all that. So we associate it only for those purpose which we are coming together. Maybe we are associating for some in our offices, we will find a lot of people of that category. So we just associate with these people for the business that we are coming together, and then we follow our path, we let them follow their path, and so on, like that. And D option is best is to avoid bad association, is to maximize our association with like-minded devotees. So when we maximize with our association with like-minded devotees, we not only nourish our bhakti, but also at the same time we avoid any kind of bad association. So I would fully support Rakesh ji when he is giving these answers A, C, and D. So full marks, Prabhuji. Very nice.
Thank you.
Sato Vritti, following the previous acharyas. What is meant by Sato Vritti? Following the previous acharyas. Explain with the help of few examples. So this was a explanatory answer, long answer. Okay, Pradeep Prabhu wants to answer this. We'll give this opportunity to Pradeep ji. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas who expertly filled every moment of the time with Krishna consciousness activities.
Yeah.
Like sadhus, they rise early in the morning by 4 a.m. and then they do Mangala Arati and read Bhagavad Gita and perform some kirtan bhajan in the remaining of the time.
Very nice, Prabhu. You just repeated what I wrote here. So very good answer. So Prabhuji gave a very good answer. Actually, it is about Sato Vritti. Sato Vritti means the inclination of the sadhus. Those who are inclined towards Sata. Sata means permanent. The permanent aspects. Now, permanent aspects are what? All good things like lead a life, honest life, lead a pure life. So that is all called Sata. So people, those who are having that kind of vritti, that kind of inclination, are called Sato Vritti. And so, what is the favorite activities of sadhu? So the sadhus are people who are expertly filling every moment of their time with Krishna conscious activities. Or we can also explain Sato Vritti, way in which sadhus or devotees spend their life. That is also known as Sato Vritti. And Prabhuji gave very good examples. So some very common examples of Sato Vritti are, they would like to rise early in the morning. So 4 a.m. is general standards, but sometimes it might be 4:35, like that. Attend Mangala Aarti. So when they get up in the morning, they would like to do some devotional activities. So attend Mangala Aarti is one example. Some devotees like to do chanting and do all that activities. I'll also read Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, and all that. So sacred scriptures we need to read. Perform kirtan. We need to do some kirtan also. So these are just few examples, but there could be many examples of satovritti. As I explained during the class, that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur have given a lot of examples dedicated of for grahasthas, for sannyasis, and like that. So that is satovritti. Okay, 6 loving exchanges. What is the result of 6 exchanges? And these 6 exchanges could be gifts, means giving gift, receiving gift, prasad, offering prasad, receiving prasad. Mind means sharing confidential talks, sharing revealing our mind, like that among the devotees. A, such exchanges nourish our bhakti and we come closer to Lord Krishna. Such exchanges harms our bhakti because it requires too much time and money. There is not much effect of these exchanges on our bhakti. The impact can be different on different devotees. Some may feel nourished, some others may not. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Maybe request someone from the group. Vasudevan Prabhu, would you like to volunteer for that? Or I would say come forward for that. Maybe Prabhu is not able to follow.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. There's a slight
Yeah, okay.
network issues.
No problem,
lag.
no problem. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu, would you like to enlighten the group about this question? Maybe share your response.
I will try. My stance is A.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. My this thing is answer was A and D.
A and D. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, the impact. Okay, maybe I was this a multiple choice question? I think I missed.
No,
In
Prabhu,
my
I
opinion,
think single entry, I think.
Yeah, so I think only
A.
Yeah.
A is the answer, I think.
Yeah, I also corrected myself now. Yeah,
A
okay.
is the
A is the answer. So would you like to share the explanation with the group just for everyone's revision and so on?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Because when we are exchanging prasadams or gifts, etc., it is not random. We are inviting people for prasadam who are also generally like-minded and maybe who are also believing in the same thing. Similarly, when we exchange gifts and give gifts, it's with the people who are in similar stage or slightly higher stage. In all these exchanges, naturally the discussion will always be about Krishna and his activities and leelas. So it automatically nourishes our bhakti. Even the very fact of sharing prasadam itself is it will nourish our bhakti.
Correct. Yes. Very nice. Very nice explanation. Okay. So B is incorrect. So because bhakti is all these things are nourishing our bhakti. So we should actually invest some time and money in that, isn't it? So we should not shy away in investing some money or time if it requires that. And then there is not much effect of these exchanges on our bhakti. So that is not correct. Actually, we feel nourished when we do these kind of exchanges with people. Our relationship improves. Our love and respect for others also improves. So there is certainly a effect on our consciousness when we go for these kind of exchanges. And then the impact can be different on different devotees. Some may feel nourished, some others may not. So certainly people feel nourished when they are welcomed, when they are given gifts. So they feel valued, they feel good about it. So we cannot say that the effect is different on different people. Generally, if people are normal consciousness and all, the impact is same, that they feel nourished about it. So D is also not the right answer. So I agree, A is the correct answer. Very nice. Okay, we go to the next one. Dadati Pratigrahanati principle. Which of the following is correct about Dadati Pratigrahanati principle? Now we are actually talking about text 4. More than one option may be correct. When we make a gift to someone, content is more important than the intent. Best way to gift someone is to gift according to the liking of the person. Gifting on important days such as birthdays, anniversaries can mean special to people and go a long way in building relationships. At the end of the day, we keep our emotional bank account positive. So Dadati Pratigranati principle, we discussed a lot of things in our class and most of the points are here. So now may I request someone, okay, Vidya Mataji, would you like to come forward to share your response and understanding of this question? In case.
Sure, Prabhuji, I'll try.
Yes, okay.
So the first question, when we make a gift to someone, content is more important than the intent. I think in the class you had said intent is important, but at the end of the day, you had suggested content can be equal as intent. So I think that should be the right answer. Best way to gift someone is to gift according to the liking of other person. I wasn't too sure about it, that we have to consider that. Third one, gifting on important days such as birthdays and anniversaries can mean special to people. And Prabhuji, you had discussed in the class that that can be very important to consider, to make people feel that they are noticed on their specific important dates in their life. I think that is also correct. And at the end of the day, we keep our emotional bank account positive. And you had discussed in the class, and that is also correct. So I think I had answered A, C, and D. I wasn't very sure about B, so I had not put that.
Okay.
But looking back, perhaps that is also correct.
Yeah, okay. So B is also correct. See, the idea when we are trying to when we are trying to give a gift to someone, to somebody, why do we want to gift somebody to someone? To make the person feel valued, to make the person feel that we care, we love, isn't it? And when we are trying to gift from that perspective, we would gift something which the other person will really feel happy upon receiving it. So that is why we are mentioning here, best way to gift someone is to gift according to the liking of the other person. So if somebody likes to read books, and you also know that the person like to read books, but the person also like to read books about a particular author, and the new book of that author has come in the market, and you made sure that you purchased that book and you went and gifted that book to the person, he will really feel very good. He will feel that you really thought about the person, you cared about the person, you really wanted the person to become happy and so on. So that is why we say that the best way to gift to someone is to gift according to the liking of the other person. Now let me also discuss the option number A. When we make a gift to someone, content is more important than the intent. Now more or less what you just narrated, Mataji, is actually that's what we discussed. But the way I explained in the class is that if the actually it should be the intent is more important than the content. But if the intent is right, automatically the content most of the time actually also becomes valuable or have been taken care. So when our intent is correct, content automatically follows suit. But when we are reading this sentence, content is more important than intent. So it is a very categorical statement where it is putting content above the intent, isn't it? So when I have chosen the correct answer is, I have actually chosen maybe again maybe because of the copy paste error, this is going on in the wrong direction. It should be B, C, and D. So B, C, and D. That's what I would keep as the correct answer for this question. So did others? Yes.
But
Yes,
Prabhuji, you had said that at the end of the day, content also becomes important, though
yeah.
Initially intent is more important than content. But when intent is like, the content automatically becomes equal. So shouldn't that also be correct?
Yeah. So, but here A is saying content is more important than the intent. Even if you are cursing the other person, you simply give some nice, costly gift. That is not the way we should gift the other person, isn't it?
Okay.
So this could also mean that even if we are cursing the other person, we are not liking the other person, we are actually very hateful of the other person, simply give him a gift just to make a show of it. Content is more important than the intent. That's what the message that comes out from option A.
Okay.
Do you get my point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So that is why if we are going to if we are giving a gift where content is also content may not be very costly or a very good content, simply we are offering maybe a flower to other person, or simply maybe we are giving some simple gift to other person, but we are giving out of love, respect, then that is also a good gift. That may not be the best gift we are giving, or a best possible we can say exchange of gifting, but still it is intent is that is what is more important. So once there was a cleaning lady in the temple in Bombay. So that lady came to Prabhupada and gave a flower to Prabhupada with a lot of respect. Prabhupada, I am giving you this flower. Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. That's how she gave to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada very gracefully accepted that flower from that lady. He valued that flower a lot when that lady gifted that flower to Prabhupada. But on the other hand, there was another gentleman who was very rich, and he in the middle of the class he mentioned to Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, I am going to donate 1 lakh rupees to the temple. Can you please help me explain the pastime of that and such person and such, something of that sort he announced in the temple. So Prabhupada did not like the challenging or the a prideful attitude of that person. So he did not like that. So content was quite nice. Maybe a very costly donation was coming forth, but the intent was not very nice. Intent was challenging. Intent was kind of making Prabhupada feel like he is the servant of the person who is going to ask that question or request. So that is what we need to understand here. And also, dadati pratigranati, the gifting is not only about gifting something tangible. These could be intangible things also. For example, if a person is feeling very distressed and very emotionally disturbed, and is looking to share or lighten the burden, and if you give that person your ears, give some quality time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hear that person out, simply hear, not even advise, not even understand the problem, not even try to provide a solution to the problem, simply hearing, that is also a good gift you can give to some other person. So gifts are not only tangible, but they are intangible also. That can also be possible when we are gifting someone. So the correct answer in this case is BCD. So others, do you agree with my explanation here? Others also, did you try to make this answer BCD here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Vidya Mataji, was that a good discussion? Did that
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
further elevated your understanding? Okay, on the topic.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, ji. Thank you very much. Bhungte bhojyate. Which of the following is correct about bhungte bhojyate principle? More than one option may be correct. Okay. When we invite devotees for prasad, make sure they are served with love and care. When we accept invitation of other devotees, we make sure that we eat as much as possible. If possible, we serve devotees food according to their likes and taste. Acceptance of invitation of prasad is not to be seen as license for sense gratification. So this time, any volunteers now? Atul Prabhu, would you like to volunteer? Or sorry, would you like to come forward for this? Maybe Prabhuji is not able to follow.
Can I try?
Yes, Vasudevan Prabhu, please try. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, according to me, choice is A, C, and D.
Okay.
A, when we invite devotees for prasadam, we have to serve them with love and affection. That's very important. B is definitely not acceptable. This prasadam is not an opportunity for sense gratification, and
Very nice.
it is not there. And similarly, D also is same thing. D is also not
Same thing.
acceptable since its invitation is not a license for sense gratification. A and C are the right options. If possible, we serve devotees food according to their likes and tastes.
Yes.
But it should qualify the thing of a prasad. Just because they like, we will not include prohibited items like garlic, onion, or whatever it is, etc. Prasadam has to be a prasadam. That quality of prasadam cannot be compromised. Correct,
Prabhuji. So A, C, and D, right, Prabhu?
Not D, A and C.
No, D is also correct, isn't it? Acceptance of invitation is not to be seen.
Sorry, not to be seen. Correct. D is also correct. Yeah, A, C, D.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I said A, C.
Okay. No problem. Okay. So very good. I think that was very self-explanatory. Prabhuji gave a very nice explanation. So let me not elaborate on that. We go to item number 13.
प्रभुजी बी बताइए, बी में क्या गलत है?
When we accept invitation of other devotees, we make sure that we eat as much as possible. So eating as much as possible is sounding like it is
sense gratification.
Sense gratification.
And it's actually in contradiction to D.
वो तो D आ गया.
हाँ, वो भी दोनों एक ही चीज बोल रहे हैं अलग अलग तरीके से.
प्रसाद तो पूरा खाना चाहिए, पेट भर के खाना चाहिए प्रभु जी, ज्यादा से ज्यादा खाना.
नहीं, वो आपका जो भाव है वो होस्ट की तरफ से है. होस्ट को अच्छा एक चीज, one thing also I would like to mention here is that many times we see that the hosts are sometimes very much I would say they pamper a lot. They pamper means
they are overwhelming.
They are overwhelming sometimes.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. So overwhelming, there is a difference between showing love and care and becoming too demanding that the guest actually eat the food and eat so much quantity of food that the guest actually sometimes feel a little uncomfortable after eating that. So the point what I'm trying to say here is showing love and care means that the guest does not feel shy that he actually don't eat or eat very less. But love and care means we should encourage the guest that, okay, please sir, kindly take the food nicely. It is your house. We are very happy that you have come to our place and you are accepting our food. So that way we should encourage it. But at the same time, some repeated requests for eating food are okay, but the host should be sensitive enough or sensible enough to understand that actually if we are demanding too much from the guest to eat, that and the guest is feeling uncomfortable, then we should not do that. So does that make sense?
Prabhuji, can I add just one thing, Prabhuji, with your permission?
Yes, Prabhuji.
See, the purpose here, according to my understanding, the purpose is you are sharing prasadam. The purpose is not to feed the person. The purpose is in the process of sharing, you also exchange spiritual thoughts, spiritual ideas. That is the purpose. Eating is a subsidiary element. Yes, because it's prasad, and actually when it comes to prasad, then you will talk Krishna-related, prasad-related subject. That's the idea. So the focus cannot be on eating. Focus has to be on interaction. That's my humble opinion.
Yeah, that is correct, Prabhuji. The point is that exchanging food is a way of exchanging love. We are offering our food. We are actually inviting the other person close to our heart. We are requesting the other person to enter into our heart's vicinity. That's what the invitation of foods and all that actually means. But there are 2 points. One is we should not the guest should not feel greedy. अरे आज तो मौका है, आज तो हम सुबह से भी भूखे रहेंगे और दोपहर को भी नहीं खाएंगे, रात को डिनर पे इनविटेशन मिला है, आज तो खूब खाना है. That doesn't look nice. That is not a good etiquette from the point of view of guest who has been invited. Similarly, from the point of view of host, we should not try to overwhelm the guest by stuffing food and by making repeated requests and sir or lijiye, sir or lijiye, sir or lijiye. That is fine. We can do couple of requests, but if the host is feeling uncomfortable at a certain point, we should not do it. See, at the end of the day, the idea is to make the other person feel comfortable, feel warmth, feel good. That is the idea. If we are stuffing too much of the food or making repeated requests, then the relationship does not build in that manner. So I hope that point is clear.
Prabhuji, just one thing I wanted to add.
Yes,
This reminded me of an incident from Ramayana. So when Vishwamitra visits ashram of so he's Vashishta.
Vashishta Muni,
giving an overwhelming invitation, you must see. In fact, Vishwamitra is very happy and they complete the exchange smoothly, and Vishwamitra wants to go. He's okay, I have big problem. But Vashishta wanted to show his Kamadhenu, and maybe there's a ulterior purpose that we have to channelize Vishwamitra to it. And if you read the actual text of Valmiki Ramayana, so Vishwamitra finally in irritation says, okay, if you insist, I will leave. Those are the exact words he used, and we know what are the consequences after that, etc.
Correct.
Even in our scriptures, we have those examples of where people are a little overwhelming and it leads to it. Until then, their reaction was very good, very smooth, and very respectful. But after the relationship soared, and it took several thousands of years for the relation to be normalized.
Yes, Rakesh Prabhu, you were yes, बताइए.
प्रभु जी, नित्यानंद प्रभु जी जब अद्वैताचार्य जी के यहाँ गए थे, तो उन्होंने कहा ये तो सारा प्रसाद बहुत कम है, मैं तो बहुत खा लूंगा, ये सारा मैं खा जाऊंगा, 3 दिन से मैं भूखा हूँ. और उन्होंने हालांकि जोकिंगली कह रहे थे, मगर उन्होंने खा भी लिया वो सारा, काफी खा लिया उसने.
हाँ प्रभु जी, वो एक तरीके से that is a special case where the relationship between Nityanand Prabhu and Advait Acharya was of that closeness where Nityanand Prabhu took that liberty to say that. वो उनका relationship इतना intimate था कि वो जो 2 मित्रवत जो एक उनका आदान प्रदान हुआ, उसमें उन्होंने वो कहने का एक तरीके से मतलब साहस कर सकते थे वो.
जी प्रभु.
तो वहाँ एक रिलेशनशिप देखा जाता है, पर ये these are general principles what we are just discussing here.
जी
अगर
प्रभु।
आपका किसी भक्त के साथ उस प्रकार का संबंध है जहां आप उस भक्त के साथ इस प्रकार से, देखिए जहां प्रेम होता है वहां फिर नियम इतने नियमों की इतनी वो नहीं रह जाती। जैसे भगवान कृष्ण
प्रभु
और
जी, एज मच एज से मैं ये समझा कि जितना पॉसिबल है, मतलब जितना आराम से खाया जा सकता है उतना खाना चाहिए जरूर,
हाँ नहीं
क्योंकि
वो कोई बात नहीं।
डिवोटी की भी ये
हाँ,
इंटेंशन रहती है।
हाँ तो
और प्रसाद को भी इसी तरह से लेना चाहिए। उसका
हाँ ये
मतलब
जो
मेरा ये
पॉइंट,
नहीं था कि आपको ओवर ईटिंग करनी चाहिए, ये नहीं समझा मैं।
नहीं नहीं, हाँ ये मतलब है, देखिए ये जो यहाँ दिस दिस ऑप्शन बी इज मेनली फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ द गेस्ट। हाँ तो
जी
गेस्ट को
प्रभु,
ऐसी मानसिकता से या एक ग्रीडी मानसिकता से नहीं जाना चाहिए।
जी
दैट इज द
प्रभु,
इंटेंशन।
जी प्रभु,
वही चीज कुछ कुछ पॉइंट डी में भी उसी तरह से बोला गया है, पर
जी
दैट इज
प्रभु।
द आइडिया। एनीवे,
ओके प्रभु जी।
या हाँ जी, ओके। गुह्यम आख्याति प्रिंसिपल, which of the following is correct about Goyam Akhyati principle? More than one option may be correct. This is broadly classified into 3 categories: discussing Krishna Katha, discussing our services, discussing our weaknesses. It is okay to share our weaknesses with any devotee who is chanting Hare Krishna. Experienced devotee take the role of explaining, and inexperienced devotee take the role of a listener. It is okay that we dump our emotional thoughts on other devotees as it lightens our heart. ओके ये भी थोड़ा ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है, कौन अटेम्प्ट करना चाहेंगे थोड़ा बताइए। मनीष जी, ओके बोलिए प्रभु।
My answer is A, B, and C, Prabhu.
ए बी एंड सी, ओके। ए बी एंड सी, ओके। डी आपने नहीं चूज किया है, ओके। एनी अदर रेस्पॉन्स राकेश प्रभु? हाँ जी राकेश जी,
प्रभु जी,
आपने?
प्रभु जी,
हाँ,
डी
A
डी
and C.
में ए और सी है प्रभु जी।
ए और
A
सी,
and C.
ओके। ए और सी, ओके। सो okay, so we give Rakesh Prabhu, would you like to explain why did you not choose B? Just for a discussion sake with Manish ji, आपने B क्यों नहीं चूज किया?
प्रभु जी, our weaknesses should not be shared with the trust, जो ट्रस्टवर्दी डिवोटीज हैं उनके साथ ही शेयर्ड होनी चाहिए,
हाँ क्योंकि डिवोटीज में भी कई लेवल होते हैं।
जिनके साथ हम इंटीमेटली रिलेटेड हैं और जो हमें
हाँ
हमें समझ सकते हैं और
समझते हैं
हमें गाइड कर सकते हैं। हर किसी के
जी।
साथ हमें नहीं शेयर करनी चाहिए।
हाँ तो सिंपली कोई भी व्यक्ति अगर चैंटिंग हरे कृष्णा कर रहा है तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो बहुत परिपक्व है, उसका भक्ति की समझ बहुत अच्छी है, वो आपको बहुत अच्छे से जानता है, वो आपकी बात सुन जरूर लेगा लेकिन बात को वो फैलाएगा नहीं, अपने तक ही रखेगा, ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है। हर कोई व्यक्ति जो हरे कृष्ण का जप करता है जरूरी नहीं है कि वो बहुत एडवांस डिवोटी हो गया है, ऐसा कोई आवश्यक नहीं है। तो अवर वीकनेसेस, हमारी जो वीकनेसेस हैं, कॉन्फिडेंशियल बातें हैं, वो हम हर किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करते हैं। ओनली विद ट्रस्टवर्दी पीपल लाइक राकेश जी हैव मेंशन्ड, only with the people whom do we think that okay they have the ability to understand our situation and can actually get advice, and they will actually they would want our good. हाँ तो जरूरी नहीं है डिवोटीज में हर कोई जो व्यक्ति सिंपली डिवोशनल धोती कुर्ता पहने हैं कुछ जप कर रहा है तो वो बहुत प्योरिफाइड हो चुका है, बहुत एडवांस हो चुका है, ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए। तो we need to be very very cautious about it. So that is why option B is not correct. And guhyam akhyati means revealing our heart and listening from the other person. So that is mainly 3 categories: Krishna Katha, our services, and our weaknesses. Other than that, what we discuss is generally would fall under the category of prajalpa. Prajalpa means nonsense talks. So we should understand. So what is Guhyam Akhyati? So the point A is telling you what is the 3 categories generally which will fall under Guhyam Akhyati. B we already discussed. C is experienced devotee explain, inexperienced devotee learn. So that is easy to understand. Okay, who will explain point number D? It is okay that we dump our emotional thoughts on other devotees as it lightens our heart. So Rakesh ji, would you like to give some explanation on that? In the name of Guhyam Akhyati, should we just dump our emotional thoughts?
No, Prabhuji, we should not dump.
Yeah.
हमको
तो ऐसा
नहीं है कि
हाँ,
हमको अपना सारा जो अंदर का गुबार है वो सब उसके ऊपर उड़ेल देना चाहिए, अपना सारा
हाँ
गुस्सा।
वो हाँ कि भैया फोन मिला के बैठ गए और वो कल को वाइफ के साथ झगड़ा हो गया तो चलो जी सुनो मेरी राम कहानी, ऐसा नहीं है।
ये
कि
तो
मेरा जी हल्का हो जाएगा तो so it has to be done with some caution, it has to be done with some restraint. Just not that we are we read in text number 4 Nectar of Instruction that we should share our heart with the others, and then it simply does not mean that we dump our emotional garbage. Sometimes we might feel emotionally problematic, difficult, then we need to analyze, is our devotional problem or our internal problem is really a serious thing, it is really creating problem in my life for in a very difficult way, and then only we should try to find someone who is good enough, who is capable enough, and then we need to share our weaknesses, emotions with the other person. Otherwise, please remember that even within devotee circles also there are various levels of devotees. Not everyone will take up your point there, your thoughts in a very positive way. Sometimes people will still feel jealous or feel negative about it. That is up to them, that they are maybe not that advanced, and maybe in future they might become advanced, but that is on our part, we need to be careful. So that is the main message here. I hope we can move forward. So the correct answer here is A, C, A and C. So B and D are not correct. How to apply the 6 loving reciprocations? What one must do to apply 6-fold loving reciprocations? Meet proper person of one's own choice. Meet Vaishnavas in an appropriate way according to their particular status. Meet Vaishnavas without discrimination. All of the above. So may I request this time, Veena Mataji, would you like to come forward to share your views on this? Okay, if Veena Mataji is not there, then maybe I would like to request Vidyaji, would you like to take a shot at this?
I think should be all of the above, but I think I had more inclination for meet Vaishnavas in an appropriate way according to their particular status.
Yeah, so your intuition was correct. Your intuition was correct.
That is
so yeah, so when we are doing loving reciprocation, the point is, as I was mentioning in the previous question, we don't do it free for all affair. Simply the person is looking like a devotee, behaving like a devotee, doesn't mean that we extend our relationship or our dealings with the other Vaishnava without any discrimination. So there is an Uttamatikari, a very exalted Vaishnava. There is a Madhyamadikari, and there is a Kanishtadikari. So we have to deal with them according to their status, their understanding of Vaishnavism, isn't it? So if a government, if a simple peon from a government office come to our house, or prime minister come to our house, we are not going to deal with them in the same way, isn't it? So similarly, people who are more spiritually advanced, we should offer them good amount of respect so that it is befitting in the relationship. So that is the whole idea. So meet Vaishnavas without discrimination is not correct. Meet proper person of one's own choice is also not correct. Meet Vaishnavas in an appropriate way according to their particular status. So that is the correct answer.
And that's the one which I had put.
Yeah, so you are right, Mataji. You are right. Yeah. Yes, Rakesh ji, you wanted to say something?
No, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay. प्रदीप जी, आप भी कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं? आपका हाथ खड़ा हुआ है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक हैंड.
I'll answer the next question.
Okay. So it goes to you then. Kanishta Adhikari. Who is a Kanishta Adhikari? One who tries to chant the holy names of the Lord, whose faith in the process of devotional service is soft and pliable, both A and B, and neither A nor B. Yes, Prabhu.
I think
Please go ahead.
the C is the right answer, both A and B.
Yes, very good, Prabhuji. You are right. So the correct answer is C. But can you, for the benefit of the group, can you explain point number B? What do
Yeah.
you mean by soft and pliable? Faith, soft and pliable.
It's like somebody tried to like chant Krishna name slowly and then regularly. Those kind of people is called soft and pliable.
Okay. Whose faith in the process of devotional service is soft and pliable. So it is talking about the faith being soft and pliable, not chanting. Yeah. So just
I'm sorry.
rethink
Yeah,
about
faith.
it. Okay. You have a time, you can rethink. Okay. Anyone else or anyone? Shivanji, would you like to take a shot here? Okay. Then
Prabhuji,
maybe.
can I?
Yes, Vasudevan Prabhu, please tell.
So Kanishta Adhikari is a neophyte. So he's just got into the process of bhakti. He's just started chanting names. So he's not yet developed the faith. So at this point of time, he's just started experiencing devotion. So his faith is still in the process of getting developed. That's why he said it is soft and pliable. And that's why they also say that Kanishta Adhikari requires guidance also from Uttamatikari, and that's why he is encouraged to associate with in satsanga and
Correct.
reinforce his faith.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji, you are right. So soft and pliable would mean that for Kanishta Adhikari, if somebody, some other philosophy he hears, or somebody from the from a different philosophical background or from a faulty philosophical background comes and explain to him certain philosophical jargon and all that, and convinces him that what you are doing right now is actually not good. See, ये सब chanting wanting में क्या रखा है? कुछ proper करना चाहिए ना. We should go and help the needy. We should go and help the poor. ये सब हरे कृष्णा भजन करने में और इसमें इतना टाइम खराब होता है, तो किसी को कुछ खिलाओगे तो उसका मदद होगा, ऐसे कुछ करके बोलेगा, आर्गुमेंट देगा तो वो मान जाएगा. अरे हाँ, ये तो बात बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहा है, इसमें ये सब तो टाइम वेस्ट का काम है, इसमें तो नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए. तो कोमल श्रद्धा. So the person's Shraddha, the faith is very komal. Komal means you can easily actually damage the Shraddha. So that is what means soft and pliable.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we go to the 16th one. How should we deal with Kanishta Adhikari? By giving love to Kanishta Adhikari, by respecting Kanishta Adhikari as a devotee, by respecting Kanishta Adhikari, by respecting Kanishta Adhikari in one's mind as Kanishta Vaishnava. So this is a little confusing question, could be confusing, but let me see who would like to answer. Anuradha Mataji, would you like to try it out?
Hare Krishna. No, Prabhu, little confusion. It is little confusion, Prabhu.
Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. So
Sorry.
I'll check with someone else. So we have a volunteer, Rakesh ji. So Rakesh ji, okay, you like to try?
Prabhuji, it is D.
It is
By
D. Okay.
respecting Kanishta Adhikari in one's mind as Kanishta Vaishnava.
Yeah, very good. So that is the proper dealing with the Kanishta Vaishnava. So somebody is chanting Hare Krishna. He is showing interest in the devotional activities and so on. So at least we should offer respect in our mind. We don't go out all and out. So by giving love, love means a lot of intense emotion we are sharing with the person. So not necessary if we are getting an opportunity, we can do that, but it is not necessary in our dealing. We can simply respect in our mind. Then respecting Kanishtadhikari as a devotee, it is a little general statement. Actually, we should respect everyone. We should respect everyone, even an aunt we should give respect. So it's a very general statement, doesn't give a very accurate idea of how one should deal with the Kanishtadhikari. By respecting Kanishtadhikari, again, this is a very general statement. But this is a little more specific, that at least in one's mind, as Kanishta Vaishnav, as a junior Vaishnav, one should deal with the Kanishtadhikari. So this question was little tricky and can confuse people when responding. Yeah. So the correct answer is D. Madhyama Adhikari. Who is a Madhyama Adhikari? Received spiritual initiation from a guru and sincerely endeavors to perform bhajan, whose conclusive knowledge of Shastra is very strong, does not endeavor to turn others towards Krishna, sees all the jivas with equal vision. So what is the correct answer?
Prabhu, option A.
Yes, Prabhuji, Jivan Prabhu, very nice. Option A, correct. So the correct answer is option A. Okay, why did you not choose B, Madhyamadhikari? Conclusive knowledge of Shastra is very strong. So if Madhyamadhikari is not very strong in Shastra, who is very strong in Shastra?
Only the Uttamatikari, Prabhu.
Yes, only the Uttamatikari. So Uttamatikari knows the Shastras very much, very deeply. And you cannot fool around with the Uttamatikari with as far as matter related to Shastra is concerned. So Madhyamadhikari has a lot of faith in the Shastra, but may not present Shastra in a very strong manner. So that is what Madhyamadhikari is.
B, C, and D are all the, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
B, C, and D are the qualifications of the Uttamatikari, Prabhu.
Very good, very good. Yeah.
All the three are the characteristics are the Uttamatikari. So
So D is correct, Prabhu. When you're saying it is a characteristic of Uttamatikari, that is correct. And then C is also correct for if we remove not, does endeavor to turn others towards Krishna. So Madhyamadhikari actually makes an endeavor to turn others towards Krishna. So because it mentions does not endeavor to turn others towards Krishna.
He turns actually. That is why, because it says as does not that. He actually he turned endeavor to this thing.
Yeah, he makes an endeavor. So प्रचार करने का प्रयास वो करता है. वो already Madhyamadhikari has already tasted the higher taste of bhakti. He's already enjoying bhakti and wants to give this enjoyment to others also. So that is correct for Madhyamadhikari. Yeah. But here we are saying does not endeavor. So that is why it becomes a incorrect option.
प्रभु जी एक बात पूछनी थी प्रभु जी.
यस प्रभु बताइए.
मध्यम अधिकारी होने के लिए इनिशिएशन जरूरी है प्रभु जी?
देखिए मध्यम अधिकारी जब वो व्यक्ति हो जाता है तो नॉर्मली जो इनिशिएटेड डिवोटीज होते हैं नॉर्मली दे आर एट द लेवल ऑफ मध्यमा. I mean that maybe we can conclude to a general extent. So if you are initiation को लेके भी एक question है हमारे quiz में. So initiation is more about Prabhuji when person is now convinced completely that the path that I am following is actually very good for me. I am not so much interested now in the material affairs of life, and I am more interested now in spiritual affairs. and now I want to commit myself more and more to the process, and that's where the person actually comes and takes initiation.
Right.
That is typically the stage when initiation happens, and so that is where it is. So generally they are in Madhyamadikari also there is a lot of, there is a band. In Madhyamadikari also there is a band. Band means you can have various gradations. Madhyama at a lower level, Madhyama at a higher level, Madhyama now actually overlapping with some qualities of Uttama and so on. So Madhyama at a level where he's having some qualities overlapping with the with Kanishta and so on. So that is how in Madhyama also there is a big band there.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Identify this devotee who does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general, but is very faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity in temple. Prakrita Bhakta, Ananya Bhakta, Hridayam Bhakta, none of these. So Manish ji, would you like to answer that?
Prabhuji, it is none of these.
None of these. So you mentioned none of these, Jivan Prabhu?
Like that. Is it okay? Because this particular question, no, I just tried to verify your lecture as well as the class slides. I could not find the answer. Only you are talking about the Prakrita Bhakta. The
So actually it is.
It is
Yeah,
And
A.
I just
It is.
Ananya Bhakta
Yeah.
and Hridayam Bhakta, these things, you know, in the class also, I just tried to verify your lecture. I just heard very carefully, but I could not find any point on that. And I referred Nectar of Instruction book also, and it talks only about the Prakrita, these things, Sahajas. And the other things, you know, I didn't know. So I simply wrote, because Prakrita, this is definitely not Prakrita Bhakta. And other things, because I was not sure, so I selected none of these. I don't know whether I am correct. This is what I want to submit in this class. I just wanted to, because this.
Actually, let me find out that place. I can find out that place and let you know later also. But the correct answer in this case I mentioned was Prakrita Bhakta.
A.
And A, yeah. And I have to find out that relevant place in the text. So you are right. Prakrita Bhakta generally has been talked about. We have discussed mainly about Sahajiyas, but the purport actually talks about Prakrita Sahajiyas. It is not talking about Prakrita Bhakta. So there is a verse in Bhagavatam where it is saying about Prakrita Sahajiyas. See, Sahajiyas are those people who take these things very casually. And like you see on page number 49, one who does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general is called a Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishthadikari. So that is what mentioned here in the purport. And that is a verse in the Bhagavatam also, 11:247. Sa Bhakta Prakrita Smartaha. Page number 49. If you look in the Nectar of Instruction book.
I am taking that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, okay.
No worries. So we'll move forward. We are almost at the end. 19th, what are the characteristics of Uttamatikari? Interested only in Krishna's service. He is not interested in blaspheming others. Always thinks of spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. All of the above. So this sounds a little simple to me. Pradeep ji would like to answer.
Number B is the right answer.
B or D?
B like boy.
B, okay.
Yes.
I thought it was D.
It is D, Prabhu.
So D, right?
D.
Yeah. So the Uttamatikari knows nothing else other than Krishna's service. केवल कृष्ण का ही सेवा करने में लगे रहते हैं. He is not interested in
you're
blaspheming
right.
others.
It's the D like dog, not B like boy.
Yeah. So D for dog, not B for boy.
Right.
Okay.
But I probably wrote down wrong on my answers too, you know.
No problem. No problem.
It's D
Okay.
like dog, right?
If your understanding is correct, then I am happy enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Wrong approach to preaching. Give 4 examples of wrong approach to preaching. So, would devotees like to share? Rakesh ji?
Prabhuji, should I?
Show of knowledge. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
four.
Jivan Prabhu. Yeah.
Show of knowledge, then own glorification, to have more, willing to have more followers, more people serving serving me. People are obeying me. Collect more donation. These are some of the points.
Yes. So there was a slide in the class that we did. This is not mentioned in the purport. It is mentioned in the class slides. So that is the wrong approach to preaching. So we wanted to understand this so that we don't fall into these traps later on in our lives when we are preaching, or if we are preaching right now also, we don't fall into these kind of traps. So, important question. Okay. Then, okay, what is going on here? Maybe this is not properly designed. Sorry. At what stage one becomes fit for spiritual initiation by the spiritual master? When one becomes disinterested in material enjoyment, when one becomes interested in spiritual life, ready to practice austerity, celibacy, and control of mind, all of the above. Rakesh Prabhu. Okay. So all of the above. राकेश जी, इनिशिएशन को लेकर है ये क्वेश्चन, आपको कुछ पूछना है इसमें? Are you okay with this?
प्रभु जी, ये तो ठीक है, अगर मान लिया ये तीनों क्वालिटीज तो हैं मगर इनिशिएशन नहीं लिया है, इन दैट केस?
अब वो इनिशिएशन नहीं लिया है, that is only simply a matter of time, or finding the right person whom we can take initiation. See, what initiation does is, initiation actually brings a little more commitment to the devotee's life. Without initiation is something like having a relationship but not marrying. I mean, although not a very good example, but initiation means now we are showing our commitment even more at a deeper level. But at the same time, we should not be in a very hurry to find or take initiation. Find somebody whom really we can commit towards, and help and serve that devotee in their mission and so on. So then we can take, if we are doing, see, the most difficult aspect is A, B, and C.
Okay, right, Prabhu.
Most difficult task is A, B, and C. Coming to that level of understanding about materialistic life, spiritual life, and committing that we can do austerity, celibacy, control of mind. Then it's a matter of finding the right person whom we can commit towards. Right, and then we can approach that person and take spiritual initiation. Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All of the above. Kanishta to Uttama. So the last question is, how can a Kanishta Adhikari progress to become a Uttama Adhikari? By strictly following regulative principles, by chanting prescribed number of rounds of holy names of the Lord, by always thinking and endeavoring to expand Krishna consciousness, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yes, correct answer is all of the above. So you now know the formula, how we can progress in our spiritual life, how we can progress from being a Kanishta Adhikari, being a junior Vaishnava, to a senior Vaishnava. See, the answer is simply being very much committed towards our rules and regulation, following the regulative principle, following our chanting properly, and preaching. Preaching means thinking of and endeavoring to expand Krishna consciousness. See, preaching, what preaching does is, most of the time what happens is in devotees life is when they take initiation, they get a spiritual name. Most of the devotees then they think is that now I have achieved all the milestones. I am doing 4 regulative principles. I'm chanting 16 rounds. I have a guru also. I have a spiritual name also. End of the story. Now there is no more milestone. Now that means your spiritual life will start to degrade at that point. What preaching does is for us is it keeps us engaged properly. It keeps us purified, because preaching needs a lot of discussion, lot of preparation, lot of reading yourself. Unless you are convinced, you are clear of concepts, you cannot explain to others. So preaching really means you keep your health, spiritual health going on very well. So I would also encourage other devotees also in the group that if you are learning these things, it may not be, preaching may not be at a very formal level like what I am explaining and doing right now, but you can start with a much more informal level. You can engage with people in dialogue, in discussion, on and off and on, and encourage them to accept the path of bhakti, path of Krishna consciousness. That is also preaching. So that is how I think we can engage ourselves. Okay, any other question on text number 3, 4, and 5? Maybe we can take it now, or let us move to verse memorization. So any other questions with the devotees here? Veena ji or Anuradha Mata ji, any question do you have, Mata ji? Any doubts you have? Okay, maybe Monam Swikriti Lakshanam. So I would say no doubts. Okay, text number 3 and 4, verse memorization. Rakesh Prabhu, would you like to repeat text number 3 or chant text number 3 if you have memorized it, or you would like to chant it by looking at it?
By looking at it.
By looking at it, okay.
प्रभु जी याद किया मगर वो भूल जाते हैं.
Okay, try कीजिए.
उत्साहान् निश्चयात् धैर्यात् तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागत् सतो वृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्तिः प्रसिद्ध्यति.
या तो देखिए इसमें याद करने के लिए सिर्फ लास्ट की ये है, षड्भिर भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति. बाकी तो आपको याद है, उत्साह निश्चय
धैर्य तत्तत् कर्म
प्रवर्तनात् संग त्यागात् सतो वृत्ते. ये तो याद ही हो गया होगा अब तक आपको, आपने
क्वेश्चन भी करे हैं. याद था मगर जब आपने कहा तो भूल गए प्रभु जी.
भूल गए, अच्छा. हाँ वो होता है, वो होता है. Okay, okay. Anyone else would like to try?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Should I? Yeah. Okay.
Utsahat nischayat dhairyat tat karma pravartanat sangat tyaga sato vritte shadbir bhakti prasiddhyati.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, आपने बिना देखे chanted, so very nice. I hope you have not opened the book at your end. Okay, text number 4. So, any attempts, Rakesh Prabhu, on this?
प्रभु जी.
हाँ जी बताइए.
ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति गुह्यम् अक्षति पृच्छति भुङ्क्ते भोजयते चैव षड्विधं प्रीति लक्षणम्.
Very nice, Prabhu. Very nice. Okay, Jivan Prabhu, would you like to repeat that, or do you remember? Anyway, you have to remember because of your Bhakti Shastri. Okay. You have to remember these 4.
Bhakti Shastri is that.
Yeah.
Dadati pratigrhnati guhyam akyati pruchati bhunkte bhojete chaiva shadvidam priti lakshanam.
Shadvidam priti lakshanam. So priti lakshanam. So these are priti lakshan. Dadati pratigrhnati guhyam akyati pruchati bhunkte bhojyate chaiva shadvidam priti lakshanam. So very nice, Prabhu. Very good. Thank you very much. So we'll conclude this quiz. All glories to Shri Updeshamrit, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Rup Goswami. Thank you very much for all the devotees who took so much time and effort to do the quiz. I really appreciate your effort. Thank you. Thank you,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी नेक्स्ट क्विज अगले संडे ही होगी?
प्रभु जी अभी देखिए मुझे हिंदी के भी क्विज इशू करने हैं, तो नेक्स्ट क्विज मतलब मुझे तैयार करने के लिए भी टाइम लगेगा। तो नेक्स्ट संडे शायद वी विल स्टार्ट विद नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन।
ओके प्रभु जी।
हाँ,
क्योंकि
okay.
हमको भी टाइम लगेगा आंसर
हाँ,
देने में।
इसीलिए थोड़ा सा स्पेस आउट करके अलग अलग उस तरह से करेंगे। वी विल
Okay,
गिव टाइम
Prabhu.
टू पीपल एंड विल नॉट हरी ऑन दैट।
राइट
Okay,
प्रभु जी। हरे
thank you.
कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
थैंक यू जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे